Hey, what's up, everybody? John here, Delighted Acres Farm. And I'm just sitting under the carport on the swing, enjoying the breeze. The breeze is coming kind of out of the north, kind of out of the northeast. And it was blowing out of the south yesterday. And this morning I woke up blowing out of the north. So it doesn't really make it all that much cooler, but psychologically, it's nice to have a north wind here at the end of June. So anyway, I'm out here Sunday afternoon. I've been mowing for a while, and I ran into a pole out back, and a whole bunch of red wasps fly out. So I thought, well, I better take a break because I'm not about to get stung just to cut some grass. So anyway, I got the can of spray, sprayed the nest, and I'll go back out there in just a little bit and finish up mowing. I don't have a whole lot left anyway, but I'm mowing on Sunday afternoon because yesterday we were out of town. We left after work on Friday. We drove to southern Oklahoma, down to Ardmore, down to Lake Murray, which we've been having family reunion on my dad's side since I was 4 years old. And the first couple of years, it was out at Lake Texoma, which is way south. It's on the border of Texas and Oklahoma. And after a couple of years, we started having it at campground at Lake Murray. And so my grandpa, and I believe my great-grandpa, actually had were employed by the government whenever they did the was it the WPA? I'm not sure. They built a lot of buildings and a lot of lakes and stuff in Oklahoma during the Depression, and they got put to work. So there was family history, and it was nicer because there were 3 campgrounds that we would use at different times. Well, from year to year. The lake, they decided which one we would use, but they had cabins on them that the WPA stayed in whenever they were building the lake, and a little mess hall, a little kitchen area, and all of that was there way back when. And so we were doing that until a few years ago, and the lake closed 2 of them to remodel the entire thing, and just left the one that was open. Well, it was first come, first serve, but it was more for, youth and groups like that. And so we were kind of pushed out of those opportunities. And so we haven't been meeting there at the campground, and we've not been able to go anyway the last few years. But this year we got to go, and it was at Lake Murray, but it was at a little pavilion at one of the campsites where people have RVs and tents. And so it was just for the day, but we drove down on Friday after work, and we spent a few hours with some family and my dad's only surviving sibling, Aunt Thelma. She was up from Texas, and so we got to sit with her and a couple of her kids and a lot of other family and just enjoy time with them. Haven't had the opportunity for a while. And so that was Friday evening, and stayed in a hotel down there. Yesterday morning, we went back out to the house and had breakfast, sat around for a few hours again, talked more, just really enjoyed time with family, and then went out to the lake, to the pavilion, and saw more family, and it was hot. And we had lunch, and we talked about family stuff and some family business stuff and what it looks like going forward with our family reunion and all the stuff. And then we left, said goodbye to everybody. I don't know, it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock or so, and made our way back home. And we were gone about 24 and a half hours from the time we left to the time we pulled back in the driveway. But it was a great time that we had spending with family. So that's the reason I'm out on a Sunday afternoon mowing, because I didn't have time to do any of that yesterday. even though when we got back I had plenty of time, but man, I was tired, and we just kind of we were relaxed and we vegged out. We watched a Christmas movie yesterday. Today, you probably won't see it today, but today is the 25th of June, and so we're 6 months out from Christmas. So you guys, if you haven't done your shopping, you better get started. So anyhow, I just wanted to get on here and say hi to you guys. I don't know. I'll try to show you. Last month, we went to a homesteading expo, and the day that we left for the expo, they had started putting up a drilling rig to put an oil well in. So hold on just a second. And they put that rig up, and so see that row of trees way out there? So on this side of that row of trees, probably half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from the house, they put up that rig, and they drilled a well. And from the time they put it up to the time they took it down, it was 2 weeks. So it took them 2 weeks to drill the well, and so they've been doing all the finish work to it now for the last couple of weeks or so. And over here, right there, they put up another rig about 2 or 3 days after they tore down the one just down the road. And so that's just a little bit more than a mile away, and so they're drilling there, and so that's pretty cool. I always love to see rigs up, because that means people are working, and that means that the economy here is doing decent with oil and gas industry. And I don't know where you stand with renewable and fossil fuels and all that stuff, but if we don't have fossil fuels, all the renewable stuff doesn't happen, because you can't make the components, you can't have the stuff to make wind turbines or to make solar stuff. You can't do all of those things without the oil and gas industry. So if you got a problem with oil and gas, but you want to use renewable energy, you're out of luck. So go do everything that's renewable without oil and gas, see how far you go. So anyway, that's my soapbox for today. Anyway, so they got this way over there. They got the second rig going, and they're probably going to be closing it down and finishing it off here in the next very shortly, a couple days maybe. Well, so let me show you also another something I think is cool. All right, so there's the rig that I was talking about. Well, if you just pan right over here, see right there, just above those trees. Yes, sir. That is another rig just went up today. It was not there this morning, but I heard trucks. I heard trucks over there earlier today when I came out, and I was sitting enjoying the breeze before we went to church this morning, and I thought, well, they must be getting ready to shut down that second well. Nope, they weren't shutting that one down. They were putting another one up, and so that's even more exciting. So now, and those are on the same road a mile south of us, and they are half a mile apart over there, and so good stuff. Anyway, so I am about to go out here and check on those wasps and make sure that they are either dead or gone. And I also got to get out here, do some watering in the garden. Kelly, she I don't know if you didn't see our video or our post, we harvested our cabbages. We got 11 total. Now we got so we dealt with the worms and we're able to get our cabbages. Now, even after we took out some of our carrots, y'all, we got the little bitty grasshoppers that are all over the place. Thousands of little bitty grasshoppers, and they are eating on the stems of the carrots that are still in the ground, because we had two different plantings. So we had carrots that we harvested. We still had plenty in the ground, but some of them still look good. But I'll go over here. Let me show you what they look like. So I don't know if you can tell how leafy and just how kind of bushy they tend to be. Well, right here, see, there's no green on that, and right there is a grasshopper. Right here, you see, that's a better look. It's supposed to have all that little bitty green right there. It should be all over that, but the grasshoppers are stripping the top of the carrots. And there are, I don't know if you can tell, but Kelly left the green leaves from the cabbage, and there are, if I were to count right here, look at them jump, look at them, it looks like popcorn out here. If I were to count how many were out here, man, literally, I'm going with more than 1,000. They are all over the cabbage plants. I'm looking at probably 50, just initially 50 on our zucchini plant is here. Our yellow squash is there. And you can't really even see them, but I don't know if you can. Right there, they're little tiny. Oh my gosh, I hate them. And they will eat and decimate stuff. So I don't know. We're gonna have to either spray them or do something, because yeah, they're causing problems. So anyway, let me show you how good. Look how good that yard looks. Look how good that yard looks. Now, we don't mow the yard so that it looks good. I mean, it helps, mentally it helps to have a good looking yard, but we don't do it to show off or anything. We try to keep sandburrs from growing up, and if you keep it short, I know sandburrs will wind up growing along the ground and still pop up overnight. But if we can keep it down, it also gives us, an access to get out to the chicken house, and it takes away places for snakes to hide. And we just do it right around here, the house, and who knows, someday we may just have a yard that's full of food. That would be okay with us, but it's a lot of work, and we're just not there yet. We're not to the point where we are ready to just have a yard full of food. Because once you do that, then you have to take care of the food once it grows. You have to be able to can it or freeze it or process it or ferment it or whatever the case may be. And we just don't have that amount of time right now. Hopefully in the coming years, as we get better at this and as we experiment and we try new things, we'll figure out time-saving ways of doing this. And who knows, maybe we'll have so much that we'll put stuff up that we'll be eating a year from now, and being able to maybe give some stuff away to friends and family, and maybe put a little produce stand, an egg stand out here in front of the house, and let people buy some. Who knows? There's all different ways to help the community, and just get our stuff out there. Delighted Acres Farm, fresh eggs. Delighted Acres Farm, fresh produce. That would be awesome. And who knows? I hope, I don't know what Kelly thinks, but I hope next year we're able to do some meat chickens. Maybe 10, I don't know. It would be our first try at meat chickens. I want a couple of goats. I would love to do a couple feeder pigs, one for us and then one that maybe somebody else will purchase. There's so many things that we could do. We got 6 acres here. We got about 2 acres within the yard, fenced in, and then we got about 4 acres of pasture that friends of ours right now, they got a couple heifers out here, and they had 4 heifers out here last year into the winter and springtime, and that helped a lot because out here, I don't know if you can, it's not super tall. It's about, in places it's knee high to thigh high out here. Last year there were grasses that were up to my neck, and so those 4 heifers out here trampled it all down, ate a whole bunch of it, and just, if you got ground just sitting, either get some goats, but you got to have great fencing, or get some calves, a couple of heifers, maybe a steer or whatever. Get 2 or 3, depending on how much room you've got. Get some animals on it. Let them trample it down. Let them fertilize it. Let them eat. It'll help the ground. It'll help the soil. It'll just help with upkeep. And so if you got ground, if you got property, if you've got a pasture, a field that you're not doing anything with, and you're just letting it set, get some animals on it, and that will help keep it healthy. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, I really appreciate the fact that y'all watch my videos. I know Kelly's not in too many videos, but we always have stuff going on. Kelly's always busy with things. Right now she's doing some cleaning that we haven't gotten done since the plumbers were here to repipe the house. Y'all, let me tell you, it is so nice being able to go take a shower, turn on the hot water, and not have to turn the water on at the hot water tank. So I love that we have water on demand, which we made it work. We did what we needed to do. But so we've got our daylilies right here. None of them are currently bloomed out, but last year, all of these daylilies, we might have got 2 that bloomed out. It was so hot and dry last year. If y'all remember, we had days that were like 109 with no rain for 8 weeks. And so they all just burned up. They died. They didn't get any rain. But these, you see here, I mean, you can see them all up. They're all standing. All of these that are standing up, every single one of them is putting on a bud. And here in the next, I don't know, looks like a couple of them probably are going to pop out here in the next couple days. And in the next week, 2 weeks, we're going to have some beautiful flowers. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, y'all, I love being out here. I love just looking out at the pasture. I like looking at our garden. So I think I told you, this is, okay, I'm just going to ramble for a little bit. So right here is our pecan tree, and that pecan tree has been there, gosh, I want to say it's been there 25 years. When it first started growing, I don't think it was planted there. I think it just was a bird or something that caused it to be there. I just don't remember. But if you notice, there's a gate right there. Well, that makes it a little difficult to really go through that gate with pickup or any vehicle, trees in the way, but I'm not cutting it down. So we don't really harvest anything off of it. Bugs usually get to them, squirrels get to them, but it's a nice tree. It puts off some nice shade. One of my favorite trees is this willow right here. At one time, it really stood up and it weeped just like a weeping willow. I don't really know if it's an actual weeping willow, but it is a willow. And so, but it stood up. It has broken over, and so over here over here, there's a branch, a big branch that broke over, and there are probably 10 that are just growing up off of it right there. And then, so that is one of my favorite trees, my all-time favorite right here. This tree right there. I feel like a weatherman. Here in this tree, so that is a cottonwood, and it's 60 feet tall, something like that. Maybe taller than that, but it is an old tree. No idea how old it is, but I do know that it is super old. So that has always been my favorite tree. Once this tree started growing when I was a kid, this became my second favorite tree. And so those are my two favorite trees. Just in case you ever wanted to know if I had favorite trees, those are my two favorites. So you're welcome. I'm glad I could share that with you. So we've got some onions here that are almost ready to come out. Our onions did not produce like we had hoped. I think we just didn't get them planted soon enough. So, but there are a few that look pretty good. So anyway, and we got some right down here that so these were bulbs. These were from sets. So we didn't plant them soon enough. So our sets, they sat too long and didn't get any water. And they really are few and far between. This little one here, she's kind of sitting on top of the ground. So if you grow onions, are you doing good this year? What do they look like? Have you ever grown onions that were kind of mediocre looking, kind of like ours? We'll figure these onions out someday. We had a good crop last year. Whenever we were in Ohio, we had a pretty decent crop. But this year, not so much. And that's okay. We're still learning. We're not super experienced at putting gardens in. This was an experiment this year with the way that we did it. And I think we're going to keep doing it this way with the no-till, and have a bed to plant in, a walkway, plant in, walkway, plant in, and then and it's all on top of cardboard. We got some grass growing up where we really need to take care of it, but once again, experiment. We're just trying, we're learning, we're growing. We'll do better next year. We've got about, on our squash plant, we've got about 10 to 15 small squash that are just, if they all mature at the same time, we're going to have way too much squash. But we'll eat some of it. Maybe we will freeze some of it. And anyway, y'all, I'm going to go here and let's go say hi to the chickens. So right here, yep, that's where the wasps were. Let's say hi, girls. What up, y'all? So, gosh, Helen, The red one is Mildred, the white one is Pearl, and the other black one with the short comb is Charlotte. So you see here, I had to take their roost out of the run here because the little bracket, you see this bracket here, the one on this side broke, so I had to fix it. But anyway, see, girls, how many, well, hello, hi, how many eggs do we got today? Hot dog, hey, good job, y'all. 4. All right, don't come to the door, get away. All right, I'll come back and get your eggs here in a minute. But peck of the bedding, good girl. Why do you always do that? Yep, scratch it out. Don't be doing that. She has a tendency to get up there whenever I get close because she thinks I'm going to open the door, which I did. And then she scratches and flings up dust. But you saw 4 eggs, which is great because there for a while we weren't getting 4 eggs, not even 3. We were getting 2, but they have since increased again how many they were laying, and part of that was because Pearl was broody for a month, and that took down our egg production. And here this month, man, I tell you what, they have really done good. If they keep producing like they are, this is gonna be our biggest month so far as eggs go. So which is exciting. Also, we have a trespasser on the farm. So let me show you. You see that? Look at this. Come on, where are you at? There it goes. If it was nighttime, I would say bat, but nope. Look at this. Got a nest up there. So we got a pair of swallows that have made a nest. And when I first started making the nest, I was going to tear it down. I didn't do it. But now that it's a nest, I don't know if they have eggs up there. We'll let them go ahead and finish up the season. If they have babies, whenever they're gone, tearing down the nest, and we'll go from there and try not to let them make up there again. There was tinfoil up there that discouraged them. There was a rubber snake up there for a time, and they just started making a nest over the top of the rubber snakes. So they were pretty wise to that. So anyway, this is just kind of a lazy Sunday afternoon vlog, and I hope that y'all are doing great. I hope you have had a good weekend. This week coming up is a full week of work, and then next weekend, y'all, it's Independence Weekend. So how many of y'all have off on the 3rd, which is Monday next week? Kelly's off on the 3rd. Where she works remotely, but the parent company, they decided to let everybody off on the 3rd as well. So they get a 4-day weekend next week, and I do not. I don't get off on the 3rd. I still have to go to work. But on the 3rd, we're having a cookout at work. So next weekend, we'll have Saturday. Well, Friday night, which Friday night's typically date night. Saturday, who knows what we'll do. We'll probably do some stuff out in the garden and out in the yard. And we will... Who knows? Who knows what we'll do on Saturday. But we'll enjoy it. Hopefully we'll rest some too. Sunday, we'll go to church. And then Sunday afternoon, we will have just a big get-together with everybody from church. We have a cookout, and there will be some games, and who knows what else. Our mission team is putting that together, and so it's just going to be good. It'll be a good time next weekend, and that'll be on Sunday. So if you are in the Dover, Oklahoma area and you have nothing to do next Sunday, church, it's 10:30, and you are welcome to come join us. And then on the 3rd, like I said, I go to work. Kelly's off, but we have a cookout at work, which means we're probably not going to get anything done. And then the 4th of July, they got a parade in Kingfisher and a whole bunch of stuff all day long down at the park, and the businesses have special things going on. And so this year, it really kind of feels like the 4th of July. Last year was miserable, so hot. This year is hot, but it is nothing like it was last year. And I don't know what we'll do on the 4th, if we'll go do any of that, but there's options. And I've seen a whole bunch more fireworks stands this year than last, because they didn't want anybody to set grass on fire last year, just because it was so hot and dry. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you have made it this far into this video, like it, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, because you are either enjoying it or you are a glutton for punishment. So whichever the case may be, do those things for me, and I would appreciate it. Kelly would appreciate it, because that helps us. That helps us whenever we are putting stuff out there. It helps more people see our stuff. And I know this one wasn't very informative or anything, but I hope that you enjoyed it. So anyway, I'm going to get off here. I got to go water in the garden, finish mowing and all the stuff. And sometime soon, I'll be going in and turning on the hot water without opening the water closet to turn on the hot water tank. It's pretty fabulous, y'all. You may think, oh, that's not that big a deal. It's a pretty big deal, because it's a big deal. Just trust me. Plus, not only did they do the repipe, they also gave us, they didn't give it to us, we got to pay for it, but they replaced our pressure tank in the well house. It was losing way too much pressure, and so now we have better constant pressure in the pipes, and so bonus twice. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do the stuff. It helps us out. And look for the next video. I don't know what it'll be, but I'm thinking about doing a health video, just to giving you an update and kind of my story with my health journey, and where it has been, where it is today, and where I hope that it will go. So y'all, well, I'm gonna just drop my phone. So y'all stay tuned for that, because that will be coming up. And yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great week. Get yourself prepared for Independence Day that'll be coming up. Go buy your grill stuff early. Don't wait till next weekend to go to the store and try to get all your meat and stuff. Do it early this week, so that you'll be done with it. You don't have to worry about it. So that's just my helpful hint, because it makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to go do the stuff. Y'all, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you're watching this, and I will see you on the next video.